Hello everybody, this is Doug and I am here in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia once again. I'm here with my friend Eric Barch and this is Ahmed. We are headed out to the desert right now, to the edge of the world. It's Eric's last day in Saudi Arabia, unfortunately. So on the last day, we want to do something very cool. So we're headed out to the edge of the world, one of the coolest natural locations in Saudi Arabia. We're gonna check that out, hopefully get some drone shots, and then I really want to take Eric to try some kabsa or mandi or something really traditional. So it's gonna be a fun video. Stay tuned. Here we go. Alrighty guys, we are getting closer. We are officially off the road. The pavement at least. Alright guys, we have reached our stopping point. It's the end of the line and the edge of the world. Wow, it literally just drops. It's insane. On all sides, by the way. Over here, it's gonna be straight drop. We're on almost the end of this part that sticks out. Obviously, you can walk all the way out to the end there. Pretty wild. This is just a 45-50 minute drive outside of Riyadh. I believe there's two spots that are kind of referred to as the edge of the world, or maybe it's just one giant stretch of this cliff here. But there's two main points where you can go to stop and take a view like this. One is this one here, which is 45 to 50 minutes outside the city, much easier to reach and more accessible. And the other one is like over 2 hours drive from here. All right, we are headed out on the walking path. It's actually pretty far. You can see it stretching all along here and out to the tip of this little part. All right, it's pretty windy. I don't want to lose my hat. Just to give you guys an idea of what the edge at the edge of the world is like. It's pretty accurate description. This is just a straight top, kind of. So I'll hold the camera over. But yeah, if you fall off here, you're toast. Kneeling by the edge. Here it is. Straight down. Bye-bye. And it's pretty narrow what we're walking on. Okay, this side is not lethal, but this side, yeah, be careful. Here we go. Back to safety. Okay. It is very, very windy. I'm gonna try to fly the drone, but I don't want to lose it out on the edge of the world because I think that would be fairly difficult to retrieve. So we're gonna hope for the best. Fingers crossed. Okay guys, Ahmed just showed us this spot. There's like this little skinny little platform of rock sticking out over the edge, but I think we have to go out there for a picture. So yalla. Okay guys, we have climbed out to that spot that I just showed you, and it is feeling very dangerous. Oh my gosh, look at that. Yeah. Wow. Okay, your turn, Eric.
Nope, I'm done.
All right, we're continuing on further out to the point. How's the drop?
I think I could land it.
Let's see, I'm coming behind you. Don't back up. I don't know if it shows up on video, but we must be like a couple 100 feet off the ground right now. We're just on this point, sticking out into this giant empty desert, and no guardrails or anything to be found here, that's for sure. Pretty much untouched. Now guys, one other thing I want to mention, if you are coming to Saudi Arabia and you want to know how to come out here to visit the edge of the world, well, it's unfortunately not super easy at this point in time. There are a few tours that you can buy online, but they are super expensive, like hundreds of dollars. The way you really should do it, and the way that I've done it, is making connections and meeting local friends. So for example, I reached out to my friend Moat from Jeddah. You guys know him from past videos, and he contacted his friend who contacted his friend, who is Ahmed. So the best way to do it is to just talk to local people. If you make some friends here in Riyadh, most likely someone will be able to help you out. People here are super friendly and hospitable and helpful to tourists and visitors to Saudi Arabia. Anyway, enough talk. We're out here on the tip of the edge of the world. It's time to throw the drone up. Here's your drone montage. Yalla. Alright guys, the drone ran out of battery, so we're headed out. What did you think, man?
Mind-blowing.
Insane, right?
Insane.
The craziest thing is it's not like only one spot. Like I said before, like it just stretches off in either direction.
And you went
as
somewhere
far as
different
you can see.
last time you were here, right?
Yeah, I think I was like over there. It's like each spot you come to is like a whole different view. As tourism comes more and more to Saudi, I'm sure this is going to be like one of the top places. It already
More
is.
railings.
More railings. No railings. No railings allowed.
Alright guys, now real quick, I want to give a big thank you to Exter for sponsoring this video. So Exter makes some of the slimmest and smartest wallets in the world, and they sent me a couple models to check out, and honestly, after seeing these, I don't think I'm ever going to go back to using a regular wallet again. Exter's wallets are made from super high quality material, and they all feature this quick card access mechanism, so you just push this button at the bottom, and your cards all pop out at the top for super easy access. Besides that, this wallet also has a few extra pockets to carry any additional cards, and it has this really minimalist strap to hold your cash. This black vegan leather wallet is already super slim, but if I want something even slimmer, I love this blue aluminum version. It has the same quick access button and cash strap as the other wallet, but then on the back, it has this removable back plate where I have been keeping my Istanbul Metro card. So as you guys know, I am constantly traveling, and I'm always worried about losing my wallet on the go. Well, luckily, Exter has a solution with this location tracker. You just slip this card into the wallet, and then you can use an app on your phone to find the wallet anywhere in the world. And the best part is it's solar powered, and just 3 hours of charge will have you covered for 2 full months. So guys, click the link in the description below to take advantage of Exter's massive sale going on right now and pick yourself up one of these amazing wallets. And now, let's get back to the video.
Habibi. Thank you. Guys, I still can't get over this little walkway. Okay, the one side's not so bad, but if you look from this side, that's crazy. Just like, what? Whee! Alright guys, we are back in the car and we are heading out. Say goodbye to our last view of the edge of the world. Until next time. Isn't that right, Barch?
That's right.
He said very soon, inshallah. Alright, we're heading back to Riyadh now, 45 minutes or so. And then we're gonna try to get some Mandi, I think. Barch has never tried it, so it's his last day. We gotta do it right. It is a bumpy road out of here. Alrighty guys, it's a little bit later now, but we are back in Riyadh and we are going to get the dinner that I told you about at a place called Al Hamra Al Bukhari. So let's go inside and see what they've got. Are you ready, Rick?
Ready.
Alrighty guys, so here it is. We got 2 different kinds of chicken. I think this one is grilled and this one is cooked on the charcoal, or vice versa. But either way, 2 types of chicken, and it looks like 2 types of rice. The white rice and the yellow rice. And we got some salad and this really tasty salsa stuff. So Bart, do you have any idea how to do this?
I have no idea how to do it.
Okay, so you take like this. You're just gonna take some chicken. Oh, it's really hot. Okay, you just take some. Ow. And then you're gonna take some rice, just like this. Okay.
Okay.
And don't be delicate with it. You want to just roll it up into a little ball like this. And then the key is to use the thumb to like push it into your mouth. So like this.
Wow.
Mmm.
Got an action shot there.
So tasty. I'm not a professional at this, but that's how you're supposed to do it.
Okay.
So go ahead and give it a shot.
Got a piece of meat and then rice.
Yep.
It's hot.
Go ahead and get in there. There you go. There you go.
Now into my mouth.
Yeah, now try to push it with your thumb. Very well done. Good, huh? Okay, and then you can just like kind of take some of this sauce. I'm calling it salsa, I don't know what it's called. But you can just like put, you know, a little bit in a little area, and people kind of just have their own areas of the plate that they take from. Let's see, a little bit of this.
Right hand.
Yeah, always and only right hand.
What am I supposed to do with this hand?
Wipe, well, it's not really wiping your butt, but bidetting your butt.
Gotcha. It's delicious.
You just have to forget about your hand being clean, and then you just wash at the end, you know?
Yeah. You forget about it. Once your hand is like completely covered in grease, you kind of forget about it.
Yeah. The original spoon right here. All right, anyway, we're going to eat up. Catch up with you after. All right, guys, we have pretty much finished up here. I think we did a pretty good job, actually. They give you a ton of rice, but I think we handled it pretty well. This version of what we just ate is called Bukhari. And then there's also Mandi, which is kind of like the next level up. That's what our friend Aziz, who was sitting there before, said anyway. Mandi is like cooked underground in like an oven, so it has like a real smoky flavor. And then there's also kabsa, which is grilled or something. I'm not sure. There's a lot of variations. I just know they're all very, very delicious. Eric, what did you think?
It was phenomenal.
Wallah?
Wallah. My compliments to the chef.
If your hand looks like this after, you know you did a good job. Let's see it. Oh,
I'm gonna look at it.
very thorough. So yeah, this is how people eat here for this type of food. Not every food. Of course, lots of restaurants just fork, knife, spoon, like in the West. But after, I remember about 3 years ago on the first night when I met Sultan or Mer'i, his friend Saud told me a lot of people here like to eat all the rice off of their fingers because they really don't like to waste food here. And then a lot of the food waste will go either towards less fortunate people, or if there's not any available, then it's for the cats or something. So they really don't like to waste food here. And after you've gotten all the rice, there's a ton of sinks to wash your hands, so no big deal. Very fun, very delicious.
Good, how are you?
Good. Assalamu alaikum.
How are you doing?
Very good, how are you?
I am fine.
Kif tamam? Okay, this is my friend. Please take very good care of him.
Okay.
Inshallah, okay.
I'm giving my stuff.
Huh?
My stuff.
Okay, perfect. Bye-bye, Eric. Eric is leaving everyone. Everyone say goodbye. Safe travels. Shukran jazilan. Ma salama. Okay. Eric is in good hands, I can tell. So yes, guys, unfortunately, this was Eric's last day here. He has left me in Saudi Arabia alone, but it's not a problem because I love being here, crossing the street. And I'm gonna be staying here for about 2 more weeks. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. But other than that, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.